Alright everybody, this is a video to show how to get badly corroded coolant sensor, or pretty much exhaust temp sensor, out of a Seadoo water box. This is actually the new one that's installed. Pretty much what you need is the materials that I've got sitting here. Once you get the water box out, assuming you already know that you had to take the J-pipe out, which is a pipe that goes up above the water box, to be able to pull the water box out. You take the strap loose to be able to pull the water box out of the ski. You have to pretty much heat it from both sides, the inside of the water box, which is the inside flange area, and the outside, pretty much mainly the metal, not really the plastic, to not melt it down, using some sort of a torch or something, you know, like this here. The next step in the process, probably right before you use the torch, you could use a wire brush or a couple of wire brushes, pretty much brass or regular wire brush, to clean up the area to try to get some of the corrosion off of the area. Next step would be, this was actually, first thing I did was actually use an M10 1.5 tap. Once the sensor was actually removed, after I heated it and pretty much got it out with a wrench, it came out and it had a lot of corrosion still in it because the sensor was half threaded in and not fully tightened. That means it was actually leaking water into the hull, and really not the best idea to keep it loose because your water pressure does have a problem too. So I ended up using a tap, an M10 1.5 to start cleaning up the hull. Use a little bit of WD-40 on it or oil. And then the actual threading of the sensor is an M12 1.5. That's the second tap there, and that cleaned up the rest of the threads to be able to take the new sensor. The factory pretty much states to use Loctite 518 on the sensor to allow it to seal and lock in without pretty much having to use a lot of force to lock it down. It does have a crush washer on it, so running it down with both, it kind of helps to seal it shut to keep water from leaking out. You can either use a 19mm wrench or a socket. I've got pretty much both here. You also need a ratchet for pretty much using the tap to go through and clean the threads anyways, so pretty much this is showing the ratchet, also to be best used. Don't use a lot of force on it because it is going into aluminum. It's just not really a really strong material, so you got to be careful about over tightening. And then at the last part, once you get finished putting it in, using dielectric grease in the plug to plug it back up once you put it back into the ski. That's the best recommendation. This is what the one that I took out looked like. You can see how it was not fully threaded in. There was a bad corrosion on it. I actually ended up cleaning up the threads so I could get the right thread pitch to know what the tap was for it. And that was the last threading tap that I used, was M12 1.5 metric tap. To clean up the threads to be able to put the new sensor in. This is what the new sensor looks like in. Like I said, in order to heat it, you kind of need to heat it from the inside when you go to take the old one out. Heat it from the inside in there, and then heat it from the metal of the base from the outside here also. And it made it a seamless, perfect install once it was all said and done. So hopefully that'll help somebody out. But at least the thread measurements or whatever when you get ready to put one back in, just so you know. But these are the materials needed to do it the proper way, to pretty much get it back together. So hopefully that'll help you guys out. If you got any comments, please make comments in the section below. If you liked the video, if it helped you out, please hit the like button. And also if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Pretty much just looking forward to making some more videos to make it easier for you.